Previously, in episode 2, we saw that Haruto followed his childhood friend to another world because she was a princess and had to marry the prince of another nation, but seeing Haruto, Nokana couldn't hold back and married him instead. Nokana was the maiden of the light, and by marrying her, Haruto had become the Ring King. The Ring King had the duty to seal away the Abyss King. And to become powerful enough for that, he needed to marry other 4 princesses to get another 4 elemental rings. But just the thought of Haruto having another girl crushed the heart of our Nokana. But it was the duty of the Ring King, so she hides her pain and supported Haruto. They went to the elf village because the elf princess was the maiden of the wind, but the only problem is that the elf princess is a shut-in who hates man. She runs out almost immediately and throws up from just thinking of marrying Haruto, so their Jade comes and tells them her sister won't fall for him that easily. And after confirming Haruto as the Ring King, he puts Haruto in the cell to keep an eye on him, but others will get proper treatment. Haruto got confused, where'd he go wrong? But even if Haruto isn't wrong, he's facing a brother with sister complex, so you can guess what kind of a moron Jade is, but there are many other reasons why Princess Nephritis never goes outside. But most of all, Nephritis is 54 years old, so Jade thinks it's way too early for her to get married, and that's why he wants to imprison Haruto. Because he wants another 80 years for Nephritis to become a mature elf, which is absurd, but he thinks delaying their marriage won't affect the elf nation because as long as the wind barrier remains, their nation won't be attacked by the Abyss King. After 3 days, an elf sneaked inside Haruto's cell. She wanted to know why Haruto wants the ring. So he tells the lady that he wants to make Nokana happy and wants to have a happy marriage life with her. She liked Haruto's determination for having eyes on only for one woman. So she showed a secret passageway. That elf lady is one of the elders of the elf nation and brought Haruto to the Shrine of Wind where the Wind Ring resides. It was confusing because the maiden are supposed to inherit the ring, but before she could answer someone was coming there, so Haruto and the elder had to hide out. Turns out it was none other than Nephritis and her beauty was unparalleled. She was here to pray to her mother and father's statues, so elder tells Haruto that those statues are her real parents. They died and turned into stone, but they are still generating rings power to keep the barrier up. Haruto was shocked and Nephritis heard his voice, so their cover got blown up, and just from seeing him, Nephritis passed out, so elder takes Haruto and Nephritis out of there. And Jade heard the news that Nephritis got lost from the shrine, so the elder took both of them to her own house and told Haruto that Nephritis is a shut-in. So he'll need to earn her heart to get the ring, but watching a sleeping beauty was like, so he concentrates himself, and when Nephritis woke up, she once again threw up. And on the other side, Jade saw it's all Haruto's doing, and elder comes there and told Jade that Haruto has already bonded with Nephritis, so she won't ever look at him anymore. Which is a huge blow to an overprotective brother like Jade, so elder tried to make him understand that it's not going to be good for Nephritis to reject her destiny. But Jade still doesn't want his sister to inherit the ring and goes to check on elder's house. There, Haruto washed his and Nephritis' clothes because she threw up on both of them. And more so, she was still scared of Haruto. From her childhood she only saw castle walls and was told that a man would come from outside of this world to take her away. Well, Haruto did come from another world and he's himself of a common man because his world is rather similar to this world. It piqued her interest and got interested to know about his another world. Because she thinks that his world is basically filled with monsters, so Haruto tells her the real truth that his world is generally peaceful. So Nephritis thought there must be elf residents in his world and got excited, so Haruto had to tell her the truth. She seemed to be interested for a shut-in. So Haruto apologized for the slip of his tongue. So Nephritis opens up her heart and tells Haruto that she's just scared of learning the truth of this world, but yet she always wished to know the outside world. Haruto feels somewhat related because despite having no special powers he wished to stay with Nokana and came to this world for his love, so he thinks everything would work out if he tries. And Nephritis likes his way of thinking and accepted to explore his world with him, so Haruto asked Nephritis why she never got out of this place when she likes to explore the world. But their Jade interrupted when everything was working out, so before going out he tells Nephritis that he won't force her to marry him, it will be her own choice then. Seeing them together Nokana felt broken and Nephritis tried to stand up for Haruto to vouch for him. But Jade didn't listen to her single word and reminds her of the promise she made to their parents, and remembering that she goes back to Jade's side. And Jade took this chance to accuse Haruto of kidnapping the princess, so Elder holds him there and took the whole responsibility. it made his ego blast. Because Elder took responsibility to keep an eye on Haruto, but Jade forbids Haruto to meet with Nephritis, things didn't go as planned, so when Haruto and Nokana got together again, she showed she was jealous seeing him with Nephritis, and their elder showed up and apologized to Nokana for their hospitality. Haruto asked her about Nephritis and her parents. And she told them that Jade's mother, the queen, wasn't the first in line to inherit the Ring of Wind, it was her older sister. She had the freedom to choose her husband. However, she fell in love with a traveler, a human at that, and that obviously messed things up. Then rumors started to spread around that the human was after the Ring of Wind, and after some time, rumors becomes a believe, and elves tried to separate the couple, but their struggle grew princess's love for that human. But one day, Traveler left the princess, and that grew the chances that elves might have banished him or killed him. They got to such length because the ring itself is the symbol of power. So she cursed the elf nation before leaving that Lamka will be consumed by the abyss and the inheritance of the ring will be severed, and that grew fear onto the elves. So when the ring were inherited by Nephritis' parents, they made a choice to unleash the power of the ring to make a barrier around their village, but that costed them their life. But before turning into a statue, they took a promise from Nephritis that she would never leave from this place, and to this day she is caged because of the promise she made to her mother. So, how can Haruto solve this family problem and get the elf princess? Find out in episode 4, and for that, like and subscribe to the channel so you would never miss any of our updates. Till then, take care.